大哥，你电话。
我电话被抢了，一会儿给你回。咋又抢跑了？It's been so long that I haven't seen your face. I'm trying to be strong, but the strength I have is washing away. It won't be long before I get you by my side and just hold you, tease you, squeeze you, tell you what's been on my mind. I wanna make up right now.
Saudi Arabia shocking the world. They recently revealed their new metropolis, which is named The Line. The entire city will be piled up to a height of 500 meters. That surpasses the Empire State Building in height. It will span 170 kilometers over the desert, which would require walking for almost 40 hours to complete. There will be a mirror-like glass wall surrounding the entire city. In this Line city, 9 million people are expected to reside. This city won't have any automobiles. They will substitute AI transportation systems instead. They claim that it takes less than 20 minutes to travel anywhere in the city. In this one city, people will spend the entirety of their lives with their families, in their houses, and at work. In this metropolis, you'll find everything you could possibly need, including hospitals, schools, and businesses. But do you believe that this is a wise decision?
And put the invisible phosphor into a special solvent. After mixing evenly, dipped it with his finger. Draw a smiling face on the table. Pick up the fluorescent lamp and shine. Perfect. Then he dipped an ancient coin with fluorescent agent. Then he sent the coin to the curator of the museum anonymously. When the curator opens the box, what she saw was the ancient coin she dreamed of collecting. She couldn't put it down. After her hands are covered with fluorescent agent, a teammate pretended to shoot in the museum. Then used the laser radiometer on the camera to shoot at the thermal alarm device under the display cabinet. Then the guard found the alarm of booth 8 was triggered, so he called the curator hurriedly. The curator asks the guards to turn on the anti-theft mode. Exhibit 8 was immediately transferred to the vault. Then the curator went straight to the vault. Open keyboard. Enter the password for the vault. And the fluorescent agent on her hand was left on the button. Wait for the curator to enter the vault. The teammates sneaked into the room of the museum. Cut through the monitoring line of the museum. Snap the line to the museum's monitoring line. This operation is over. They immediately saw everything in the vault. After inspection, staff believe that the thermal sensor in Exhibit 8 is broken, so they put the exhibits in the vault. They'll get a new one tomorrow. At this time, Cage disguised himself as a mechanic, holding forged certificates. He swaggered into the museum.
Letih lah. Dah lama tak main. Letih lah. Dah lama tak main.
Look how this man escaped from prison. He hid in the toilet, shaves off his face with a big beard, and then dip it in water, wraps his hair like this. Then he takes the guard's clothes out of the toilet. He changes into his clothes and puts his hair up. At this point, he disguises himself as a prison guard, calmly walked through the layers of the prison workshop. When he reaches the door, he pulls out the forged access card in advance, pulled the card. Then he wandered out of the prison, come to the street, bought a small yellow vest for $9.90, saw a luxury car needed to park. He rushed up to the front, pretended to be a parking guy. Not only did he drive away the luxury car, he also earned $100 in tips, and he is the top scam artist, Mike. At this point, the warden asked FBL David for help, because David is the only one who has caught Mike. But what puzzled David was that Mike will be released from prison in 2 months. Why did he escape from prison at this time? So after reviewing the video of Mike's visit, he found out that a month ago, Mike's girlfriend visited him in prison. David read from the woman's lips. The last thing she said was goodbye, and she never came back. David concluded that Mike must have gone to see his girlfriend. So David went to Mike's girlfriend's place. Sure enough, Mike was alone in the house. When David told his men to come and get him, Mike saw a gold thread on David's shoulder. Do you know what this is? David obviously does not know. It turns out that a few hours ago, David was investigating a case in the bank's vault. The technician was cracking the combination to the safe. The safe suddenly exploded. FBL was covered in dust. The evidence was also instantly blown up. I'll tell you what this is. You'll meet me in prison in a week. After David agreed, Mike said this is the security line for $100 in new Canadian dollars. After that, Mike was taken away by FBL. The next day David found out from his assistant. The gold line was indeed the security line of the new Canadian dollar. But this new coin has not been officially issued yet. How did Mike know that? So David went to the prison to meet Mike. When he found out that David was hunting a Dutch criminal gang, Mike said, "You get me out of here. I'll help you catch them. Just put electronic shackles on my feet. I will always be under your supervision." So the next day, Mike walked out of the prison with electronic shackles. Then Mike was put up in a small hotel. He had a range of only 2 miles. Obviously, this environment didn't suit Mike's temperament. So Mike slipped into a grocery store. Here he met a rich woman who was donating clothes. The two hit it off. They found out that the rich woman's mansion was nearby. So Mike was invited to live in the rich woman's mansion. In addition to helping the rich woman feed her dog and water her flowers every day, he also chatted with the rich woman's little granddaughter.